I am a very, very great believer that a government's main policy should be to try and help defend and basically support and basically keep in a in the social safety net the most vulnerable in our society. And quite frankly, the Tories have just been an absolute dereliction of that duty for many years now. Not only have the poor really suffered, you've had the old people who have been poor as well in this, but also child poverty as well. And I think that we're going to talk about something that I think is really, really important. There's a campaign called the. Just remember what it's called. Ooh. Yeah. So it's a campaign called Magic Breakfast. And this campaign I think is really, really important, especially for, as we said, poor children who are in, well, poverty conditions, because you've got to think of it this way. These children who go to school, very often breakfast and the lunch that they get provided could very well be the only healthy meals that they probably have access to. It could even be when they go home, they might not even have enough food. So it's really, really, really important, and I can't stress how important it really is to get it through to people that campaigns like this are supported. And there is a bill going through called, let me just check what it was again. um, Yep, so it's called the School Breakfast Bill, and it is basically designed to make sure that these low children from low income families have a good breakfast, because it's really important, really, really important. So please do go write, if you are in the UK, go write to your MP about the school breakfast bill and tell them that they have to support it, because it helps our low income school, families. It is support it. It just makes sense. But we're going to go through the article now, because quite frankly, this is something that I'm very much in forward of. I've already written to my MP, Dan Jarvis, to support this. If we get a letter, I will normally do as I normally do when we get a letter. We'll read it and see what his response is. But I can't imagine that he's not going to support this. So, this comes from politics.co.uk. And without more government funding, children will keep going to school hungry. I feel tired and stressed, like I can't concentrate on lessons. These are the words of children describing what it's like to sit in the classroom with an empty tummy. A painful reality for 1.8 million children school age in the UK. So that is a large number. And it is really shocking that we are, currently the sixth largest economy in the world, and yet we are allowing 1.8 million school children to go hungry to go to school. It just absolutely should not happen in such a developed country. So, pre-pandemic, 6 children in every class of 30 were living in a family experiencing food insecurity. This means they were forced to cut back on the amount of types of food that they ate, and many were skipping meals altogether. As families have been hit by the economic impact of COVID, this number will have risen. Classroom hunger drives an educational attainment gap between children from disadvantaged backgrounds and their peers. It's one of the reasons why children from disadvantaged backgrounds leave secondary school over 18 months behind their better off peers and are less likely to go on to further or higher education, or even find highly paid, secure work. Disadvantaged children also have been the worst affected by COVID school closures, with less access to online learning, a computer, or even a stable internet connection. Our charity, Magic Breakfast, has been focused on tackling classroom hunger for over 20 years. We provide healthy breakfast food and expert support to schools with high levels of disadvantage, often for children who arrive at school without having had anything substantial to eat since their lunch the day before. After introducing school breakfast at their school, teachers tell us that they have noticed a change in their children's energy, concentration, and behaviour in the classroom also improve. A more formal independent evaluation of our work found that Key Stage 1 pupils in schools with a universal free school breakfast provision made an additional 2 months progress in reading, writing and maths over the course of an academic year, in compared to children in schools with no such breakfast provision. But charities cannot solve the problem of classroom hunger alone. We need government action to secure that no child starts the day hungry to learn. And they have already done some great work throughout the National School Breakfast Programme, which currently supports over 1,800 schools and is implemented by Magic Breakfast with Family Action. But the programme reaches fewer than 30% of schools who need it most, and this funding will run out in March of 2021. We need a permanent solution to help all children at risk of hunger in the morning. That's why Magic Breakfast is working with That's why Magic Breakfast is working with Feeding Britain and Labour MP Emily Llewellyn-Buck on a schools breakfast bill. This builds and scales up the current government funding for school breakfasts. It will guarantee that all schools with high levels of disadvantage get the support they need to provide a free school breakfast to children. Schools would receive extra funding to cover the costs of food deliveries and staffing. If successful, this bill would ensure that all children in England start the day settled and ready to learn, allowing every child in the country to reach their full potential. It would boost educational attainment and contribute to greater economic productivity and growth. We've all been inspired by recent groundswell in public support for tackling child hunger, which is in no small part down to Marcus Rushford's amazing activism on the issue. Now we need to instill that support into action. The bill, which is due to be presented to Parliament next week, is supported by over 50 MPs from all parties, and we urgently need to continue this to grow the support and number for the bill to have a chance of passing. So please do, like I say, contact your MP. I really do think this is something that really, really needs government support. As they've said there, this isn't really something that charities should be having to pick up the slack for. Charities are great, don't get me wrong, but they can't take on the bulk of everything, and we can't expect charities to solve all these problems. It's just simply not reasonable. The government needs to take action, especially in this case. So if you are in the UK, then I urge you, please do get onto Google and you can type in "who is my MP" and it will tell you, it will bring you to a website. You'll find out who your MP is. You can find out how to phone them, contact them, whatever. But the message is basically this: write to them. Please tell them about Marcus Rushford and the amazing action, and it's time to put that that action into something practical. You need this this action, this bill into effect, because it would help so many school children. So please do get them to support the school's breakfast bill. It will help out thousands of children across this country, and especially the ones that need it most. So please do go and write to your MP and get them to support this bill. I can't stress how much, again, this needs to do. And to be honest, this is something that I think I'm going to do more of, because not enough people write to their MPs, and it really does have an impact. MPs do listen when they get written to about certain types of, again about these subjects. So it's really important that you get writing to your MPs and you get in a habit of doing it as well. So with that said, please do share this video and hit the like button so that this message gets spread. I think this is a really important bill. I think it really does deserve to pass, because I think it could do so much good to the people of this, the children of this country, especially the most disadvantaged. And I think that is what we need to focus on. So with that, please do share this video, because it is a really important message that needs to get out there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.